Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful village near a magical forest, there lived a kind and curious little girl named Lina. Lina loved nature more than anything else. She loved trees, birds, rivers, and especially stories about magic. Every evening, Lina would sit beside her grandmother, who told her wonderful tales. One night, her grandmother whispered a very special story. She spoke about a crystal waterfall hidden deep inside the enchanted forest. The water of this waterfall sparkled like diamonds and had magical powers. It could grant wishes, but only to those who had a pure and kind heart. Lina's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Amma," she asked softly, "is the crystal waterfall real?" Her grandmother smiled gently and said, "Yes, my child, but magic must always be used wisely." That night, Lina could not sleep. The story stayed in her heart. The next morning, with courage in her eyes and kindness in her heart, Lina decided to find the crystal waterfall. She packed a small backpack with water, some food, and a little map drawn by her grandmother. As Lina stepped into the forest, the air felt magical. Tall trees whispered softly, colorful flowers glowed, and birds sang sweet songs. As Lina walked deeper, she noticed something strange. A soft, golden path appeared beneath her feet, glowing gently. "It must be magic," Lina whispered. She followed the glowing path, trusting her heart. Suddenly, she heard a tiny cry. Lina looked around and saw a small bird lying on the ground with an injured wing. Without thinking twice, Lina gently picked up the bird and comforted it. She tore a small piece of cloth from her scarf and carefully wrapped the bird's wing. As she did this, a tiny, glowing creature appeared, a forest sprite. "You have a kind heart," the sprite said happily. With a sparkle of light, the sprite healed the bird completely and disappeared. Lina smiled. She knew she was on the right path. After walking for some time, Lina finally heard the sound of flowing water. Soon, she stood in front of the crystal waterfall. It was more beautiful than she had ever imagined. The water shimmered like crystals, and rainbow mist danced in the air. The waterfall seemed alive. A soft voice echoed, "Make your wish, but remember, magic reflects the heart." Nearby, Lina noticed other children. They were shouting wishes for toys, gold, and power. Slowly, the waterfall's glow began to fade. The water turned dull, and the forest grew silent. Lina felt sad. She understood something very important. Magic was not meant for selfish wishes. She stepped forward, closed her eyes, and placed her hands together. "I don't wish for anything for myself," Lina said softly. "I wish for happiness, safety, and peace for all children and forest creatures." Suddenly, the waterfall shone brighter than ever before. Golden light spread through the forest. Flowers bloomed, animals danced happily, and the forest came alive with joy. The crystal waterfall spoke again. "This is true magic, kindness, and selflessness." The other children felt ashamed and learned an important lesson. They thanked Lina and promised to always think before making wishes. As the sun began to set, Lina waved goodbye to the magical forest. The golden path appeared once again and guided her safely home. That evening, Lina sat beside her grandmother and shared her adventure. Her grandmother hugged her and said, "Remember, my child, the greatest magic in the world is a kind heart." From that day on, Lina never looked for magic outside. She knew that helping others, being kind, and thinking wisely was the real magic. And so, the crystal waterfall remained hidden, waiting for the next kind heart to discover it. The end.